Welcome back to Newfoundland aboard Arabella. This week, Steve and Robin move over sea and land to get the boat and the truck nestled into their winter berth up in Corner Brook, where they'll spend the next 7 months. But the truck was still parked in Nova Scotia, so while Steve rounded the Cape sailing solo, Robin headed back over the Cabot Strait, meeting Steve when he pulled into the harbor at Codroy. The weather to make the final push to Corner Brook was looking great in a couple of days' time. So with the truck now at their disposal, Steve, Robin, and Akiva headed out for a walk in some of the mountains they had passed along the way here.
He loves a good overlook.
The plan was to leave for Corner Brook the next day. So early that morning, Robin loaded her bike back into the truck and drove up closer to the final destination. Then she biked the Trans-Canada Highway back to meet Steve on the boat by mid-afternoon. But the ride back wasn't as easy as she had hoped.
All right, about 90 miles to Codroy. Let's get this party started. About 1 mile into a 3-mile climb, going into about a 20-mile-an-hour headwind. This is brutal. It is beautiful and brutal. About a little over halfway there, so still about 45 miles to go. Just keep pushing. All right, I'm 4 hours deep. Covered about 60 miles so far. I think I'm somewhere around 3,500 feet of elevation gain. 25 miles to go. Riding right into this headwind, but I know that I'm going to be psyched to have this wind when we're sailing later tonight. Oh my gosh, final stretch. About 10 miles to go. Cannot wait for a hot cup of coffee. Holy moly.
You made it!
Barely. Woo! That was a windy one. I think we're timing this right. I think that if we push it too much later, we might see a lot fewer windows.
Yeah, winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
The harbor master yesterday was telling me that about 7 years ago, a guy showed up about this time and waited until early October, and by then it was too late. That Old Man Winter showed up one day,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah.
And he went to go south, and his boat stayed in Codroy for the winter.
Oof.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
no, I think we're...
Oh. No, and we'll be where we're going to be. So even if we just bounce around the fjord up there.
Yeah, there's like 3 different arms and
Yeah.
probably close to a dozen anchorages we can go explore
I
and
love it.
be less than 20 miles away from Corner Brook, all inside the bay.
That
So,
sounds great.
Yeah,
And hopefully no more 83-mile long car shuttles.
I don't think so.
That was,
Yeah, you had a day.
yeah. Thank you for taking care of getting everything ready on the boat while I suffered my butt off.
Yeah, of course. I can't wait to see what you think of the little nest that is the saloon berth with the lee cloth finally up and stuff.
Oh, it looks so cozy. I'm going to curl right up in there, and probably soon. I know it's early, but
Yeah.
that way I
get
can
some
tag
rest.
in tonight. No, Akiva. Look at this little guy. Jumped on board last night. Had a bad time. Akiva is super keyed up. He wants this fish.
Could be wrong, but I think that MSC boat is aground. The other boat is maybe a salvage boat. Neither of them are showing up on AIS. That's interesting.
Earlier this year, last February, the MSC Baltic 3 ran aground here, and the entire 20-person crew needed rescue. The 103 Search and Rescue Squadron flying the CH-149 Cormorant responded and rescued the entire crew. The race has been on to get the ship secured before the winter seas further break the Baltic apart.
I think this anchorage that we're going into has some trickiness at the opening.
Yeah, that's what I was reading.
It says one of the prettiest harbors in the bay, but it does say that there's 2 sets of ledges.
So they make it seem like you can just come in and hook right in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We got to go almost to the shack.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yep. All right, well, may the odds be forever in our favor.
Woohoo! Well, I mean, there's 10 knots of wind right now out here on the open ocean, and we're ducking behind some pretty significant hills.
Yeah,
So
oh yeah.
we're running pretty far downwind. So we just have the code 0 out, and we're running the motor, charging the batteries on our last little leg here. And with 7, 8 knots of wind, we wouldn't be sailing very fast anyways. I didn't intend to take it down.
What happened?
I came up and I was videoing, and it just like luffed totally perfectly. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna drop it. Like,
yeah, take the opportunity.
Take the opportunity. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, these are moose tracks. Caribou? So it's either the world record whitetail or moose or caribou. Kind of cool. My guess is part of a wood stove. Whatever it was made in New Brunswick. But Judging by the details here, the scoop, I think it's from a wood stove. My guess is an old nail. And it's withered away. After almost a total full year of non-stop moving, I don't think we spent longer than 3 weeks in any one place. In most places it was a few days to a week before we moved on. It feels kind of good to be here in Corner Brook and be setting up shop for a while. There's a lot of really fun things to do through the coming seasons, and we're pretty excited about it. We leave in a couple days to go to Gros Morne to go do a multi-day off-trail backpack trip. So I'm working on getting Arabella ready to be tied up to the dock and left unattended for a week. So I got our winter storm lines here to tie her up with, and grabbed our fenders, and you see if I can get someone to help me blow those up. And we're gonna start to put away some of the things that we're not gonna need until our next passage, which won't be until sometime spring, early summer, so 6-7 months away. So you can put the lifelines away and a few things like that, because if we do go sail around, there's a bit more cruising we can do here in the bay, but it's not very far, and we're only going to do it if the weather's nice. So we don't need to be prepped to go offshore and deal with any of that kind of thing for quite a while. We got word that there's a new guidebook out for Newfoundland, and the local coffee shop supposedly carries copies of it. So we are on our way exploring Corner Brook, go see if we can find this coffee shop and get an updated version of the guidebook. Apparently there's a whole bunch of new stuff. So we're super psyched, and hopefully we can get our hands on it today. We'll see.